General Hospital spoilers. Spencer returns to stop Kai and Trina's wedding. Explosive showdown rocks Port Charles. ABC's General Hospital is gearing up for one of its most dramatic and emotionally charged storylines yet as Spencer Cassadine makes a shocking return to Port Charles with one mission: to stop Trina Robinson from marrying the mysterious and dangerous Kai Jordan. With hearts on the line, secrets unraveling, and the threat of tragedy looming large, this upcoming twist promises to change everything for fan-favorite characters. Here's your deep dive into this must-see storyline. The calm before the storm. Trina and Kai's wedding plans accelerate. In recent episodes, Trina has found herself swept away by the enigmatic charm of Kai Jordan. A relative newcomer to Port Charles, Kai has quickly embedded himself into Trina's life, presenting himself as a worldly, successful, and deeply attentive partner. With Spencer believed dead after the Greenland catastrophe and her grief leaving her vulnerable, Trina found solace and stability in Kai's arms. As the days tick down to their fast-tracked wedding at the historic Port Charles Grill, Trina's loved ones remain skeptical. Jocelyn Jacks and Ava Jerome have both raised red flags about Kai's intentions, but Trina, clouded by heartache and a desire to move forward, is determined to silence the noise. Unbeknownst to her, the walls are closing in as secrets about Kai's past and Spencer's fate are about to explode. The shocking truth: Spencer is alive. Fans will recall that Spencer was last seen struggling for survival during Victor Cassadine's deadly plot in Greenland. While presumed dead after a massive explosion on the Haunted Star, Spencer had actually been held captive by Victor's rogue associates in a remote European compound. Weak, injured, and desperate to return to Trina, Spencer has spent months plotting his escape. In upcoming scenes, viewers will be treated to a thrilling sequence where Spencer breaks free from captivity, battling guards and the treacherous winter elements to make his way back to Port Charles. When Spencer finally touches down at the Metro Court helipad, gaunt and battle-scarred, he wastes no time in setting his sights on stopping Trina's wedding before it's too late. Spencer's race against time. With only hours to spare, Spencer enlists the help of Laura Collins and Alexis Davis to quickly piece together what he's missed during his disappearance. Upon learning of Trina's impending nuptials, Spencer is floored and furious. Not just at Kai, but at himself for leaving Trina vulnerable to a man he knows nothing about. Laura, sensing the urgency and the raw emotion behind Spencer's words, agrees to back his play, warning him that Trina may not immediately welcome him back with open arms. Meanwhile, at the Port Charles Grill, the wedding preparations are in full swing. Trina, dressed in a stunning vintage-inspired gown, seems poised for a fairy tale ending. Yet, her eyes betray a quiet melancholy, as if a piece of her heart is still missing. Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson, acting as proud but cautious parents, try to mask their unease, while Taggart watches from the sidelines, clearly uncomfortable with the rushed wedding and Kai's shadowy history. Who is Kai Jordan really? While Spencer scrambles to make his way to the wedding, Jocelyn and Dex Heller continue their private investigation into Kai's background. Dex uncovers disturbing information. Kai has deep ties to a dangerous international crime syndicate with interests in black market antiquities, one that had once partnered with Victor Cassadine himself. As Jocelyn frantically attempts to warn Trina, Kai intercepts her, offering a thinly veiled threat that leaves Joss shaken. It becomes clear that Kai is not just marrying Trina for love, he's after something far more sinister, and Trina may be the key. The wedding begins. Tensions boil over. As the wedding ceremony commences, Trina stands at the altar beside Kai, unaware of the ominous forces swirling around her. With Portia nervously clutching Curtis's hand and Taggart visibly restraining himself from storming the altar, the tension in the room is palpable. Meanwhile, Spencer races through the streets of Port Charles, desperate to reach the venue. Laura and Alexis trail closely behind, trying to keep the situation under control should things turn violent. As Spencer bursts into the Port Charles Grill's main hall, the room erupts in, "I object." Spencer's voice cuts through the air like a knife as he utters the words, "I object." All eyes turn to him as he stumbles forward, still bloodied from his escape, his eyes locked on Trina. Trina's face contorts from shock to disbelief as Spencer approaches the altar. "You're dead, you died," she whispers, her voice trembling. Kai, masking his fury behind his smirk, grabs Trina's hand tighter. "You're making a scene, Cassadine," Kai warns, but Spencer isn't backing down. "You don't know who he is, Trina?" Spencer pleads.
"He's using you."
The room descends into chaos as Jocelyn and Dex rush in, armed with the evidence they've uncovered about Kai's criminal ties. Ava quickly steps in, helping Laura keep order as security arrives. The explosive confrontation. Kai unleashes his fury. In a heart-pounding climax, Kai lashes out, pulling a hidden weapon and pointing it directly at Spencer. "I told you to stay out of this," Kai shouts, forcing Trina and the wedding guests into panic mode. Curtis steps forward protectively, but Spencer refuses to back down. "You're not taking her from me," Spencer growls. Kai's grip on the weapon falters when Trina, tears streaming down her face, steps between them. "Put the gun down, Kai," she says, her voice filled with courage. "It's over." With Dex secretly signaling to a hidden Peacebeady task force, the cops storm the venue, tackling Kai and placing him under arrest. Jordan Ashford leads the charge, ordering her team to secure Kai's associates who were posing as wedding guests. Aftermath, broken hearts, and new beginnings. As Kai is dragged away in handcuffs, the emotional toll hits Trina like a freight train. Overwhelmed by the revelations and the return of Spencer, she collapses into Ava's arms. Spencer, too, appears shaken, though relief washes over him as he realizes Trina is safe. Later, at General Hospital, Trina and Spencer share a deeply emotional reunion. Trina's anger at Spencer for abandoning her collides with the love that's still undeniably there. Spencer explains everything: the captivity, his fight to return to her, and his regrets. Through tears, Trina admits that despite everything, she never stopped loving him. "I thought I lost you," she whispers. Spencer takes her hand, responding, "You'll never lose me again." The fallout ripples across Port Charles. As news of the botched wedding and Kai's arrest spreads across Port Charles, the fallout begins to ripple. Curtis and Portia question how they allowed Trina to fall into such danger. Jocelyn feels vindicated but rattled by how close Trina came to marrying a criminal. Taggart, furious at himself for not protecting Trina, vows to never let his guard down again. Ava quietly contemplates what this means for her own wariness of dangerous men, drawing parallels to her past with Nicholas. Meanwhile, Victor Cassadine's network is left fractured, but there are whispers that not all of his allies were captured. Spencer now finds himself on high alert, knowing there may still be threats lurking. What's next for Trina and Spencer? In the coming weeks, viewers can expect an emotional roller coaster as Spencer and Trina attempt to rebuild their fractured relationship. The trust may take time to fully restore, but with Kai out of the picture, there's hope. Will Spencer and Trina finally find the happiness they've fought so hard for, or will new threats emerge from the shadows of Port Charles? ABC's General Hospital promises fans more twists, more danger, and more heartache as this high-stakes storyline continues to unfold. One thing is certain: Port Charles will never be the same after this.